Hi there, I'm Strato. Let's talk Metamagic in Pathfinder. First of all, let's start with the basics of Kingmaker's Metamagic system and how it works. We'll move on later on to advanced tips and how to use them to your advantage. In Kingmaker, to apply Metamagic to a spell, you have to have a Metamagic feat that you can take from a feat list on level ups, for example, on level 2. I will not describe each Metamagic feat here, as they are well described in Pathfinder Kingmaker. So in the tooltip you can find most of the information. If you want more information on specific Metamagic feat, leave it down in the comment and I will try to clarify whatever the question is. Once you have such feat, you can apply it to spell. Open your spellbook, select the Metamagic in the bottom right corner, select the spell that you want, the left side, add the selected Metamagic, apply the styles to your icon, press save. Done. You have now Metamaged spell. You get it. It's done. Of course, not every spell can have every Metamagic feat. You can stack some, and there are some spells like Cause Fear that allows you to take all 6. But in most of the cases, it will be few. You can see that by the number of circles, dots above the icon of the spell. It shows how many of the Metamagic that you can apply can be applied to this spell. So if you have 6, you will see number of dots from 0 to 6. Also, if you select a spell, you will see that the Metamagic that you cannot apply to that spell is grayed out, so not an issue. Remember that each unique spell and Metamagic combination is stored in your spellbook as a different spell. You may have various fireballs or various other spells using the same icon, so apply a style that's distinguished so you can easily find your quicken fireball and also the one that has reach and maximize without going into details for each of those. Okay, now let's look at rods. Rods in Pathfinder Kingmaker are items that, when used, apply specific Metamagic to the next spell that can have this Metamagic applied. It sounds difficult, but it more or less says that when you use a round of Empower, your next fireball you cast will be empowered. They don't make spells more difficult to cast like normal Metamagic would, but have limited number of casts per rest, 3, and can only be applied to a specific level of spells. You can only have one rod active at one time, so you can only apply one rod effect to a spell. Okay, so just a quick remark. Most of the ideas, concept that you see here in this video are also applicable to Wrath of the Righteous, so the next Pathfinder game. The main concept of Metamagic stays the same, though the interface looks a bit different and probably will change since it's currently in beta and there's still some time before the full release. Okay, that's all for the basics. If you have other questions, check the comments section. Maybe it was already asked and answered. If not, be the first one to ask. I will try to reply as soon as possible. Now let's go to the advanced tips you may like. Tip number 1. Sorcerers are great at Metamagic. They don't have to prepare spells, so they can combine any spell with any Metamagic they know and just have them ready for the time need. Just don't clutter your spell slots too much. Tip number 2. Use Metamagic to increase the number of casts you can have of the most useful spells. You like that Scorching Ray, but you only have 6 casts of level 2 spells, and there's a lot of good ones there. apply Empower to it, and you have extra 4 cast on level 4 slots. Apply Maximized, and you have extra slots. Apply Empowered and Maximized, and extra cast of that spell, so you can have a lot of Scorching Ray if you really liked it. Tip number 3, use Metamagic to fill those awful levels where nothing is good. You have an Alchemist with level 5 spells that don't have anything really good. Apply Extend to your Greater Invisibility, and now you have a great spell. Or apply Quicken to True Strike, and it's a great level 5 spell. Tip number 4, if we are talking about True Strike plus Extend is a very strong combo for spellcasters, Grenadiers, Alchemists. So try it out. Tip number 5, when combining Wrought Metamagic and Feed Metamagic, try to calculate what's the best for you, because it may be better to apply a Metamagic Extend to increase Scorching Ray to level 3, so you can still apply the lesser rod of Empowered, for example. Depending on what rods do you have, try to analyze what's the best combination you can use. And that's all, folks. I hope that you liked this video, that it was helpful for you and clarified some things. If not, if you still have questions, comment section down below, or you can visit me on Twitch, the link below. I'm streaming there every weekend. You can ask the question there. I will try to explain best to my knowledge. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you liked the video and you want more. And for today, I thank you. See you next time.